For task 4, we have to perform exploratory data analysis. Here we have been provided with a dataset named SampleSuperstore. The problem statement states that you are the business owner of the retail firm and want to see how your company is performing. You are interested in finding out the weak areas where you can work to make more profit and what all the business problems you can derive by looking into the data. We start by importing all the required libraries to perform this task, and then we load our data and display the 5 top rows of our dataset for a reference. Then we proceed with exploring and cleaning our data for further processing. Here we display the data type of each column in our dataset. In the next step, we are going to display the shape of our dataset. Thereafter, we display the info of our dataset. In the next step, we are going to describe our data, which includes count, mean, standard, minimum, the 3 quartiles and the maximum. In the next step, we are going to check if any of our columns have any null values. Since we can see that there is no null values, we can proceed. In the next step, we are going to look for any duplicate values or rows in our dataset. We observe that we are having 17 duplicate rows in our data, and hence we drop those duplicate rows. Now we begin with starting the exploratory data analysis. In the first step, we just display the country for the first 5 rows of our dataset, and we find that the dataset contains the country as United States only, and the number of cities 531 and the count of states is 49. In the next step, we are going to group our data by category and sum all the values for each rows respectively. This is the table displaying postal code, sales, quantity, discount and profit all summed up according to the furniture category, and similarly for the other two. In the next step, we are going to calculate the sales percent and profit percent for each category, and here we display them. So here we can see that the total sales percent by technology is 36.40% and profit is 50.79%, and similarly we can see for the other two. In the next step, we are going to group our data by the column subcategory and sum the values for each column according to every subcategory. Now we begin with plotting our graphs. Here in the first graph, we plot sales and profit for each category. Here the black bar represents sales and the green bar represents the profit. In the first plot, we observe that the maximum profit is for category technology with sales around 836,000, and the minimum profit is for category furniture with sales around 741,000. Here in the second plot, we are showing sales and profits for each subcategory. Here also, the black bar represents the sale and the green bar represents the profit. In plot 2, we observe that the maximum profit is for subcategory copies with sales nearly 150k, and the profit is negative for subcategory tables with sales nearly 206k. In the next step, we are going to group our data according to the segment, which is consumer, corporate and home office, and we plot the data for these. In this plot, we see sales and profits for each quantity, and we observe that the sale is maximum for lesser quantity and so is the profit, which means that the lesser the quantity, the maximum is the sale and is the profit, and as we increase the quantity, our sales is decreasing and profit is also reaching minimum. The plot 2 shows sales and profits for each segment, that is consumer, corporate and home office. Here we observe that the maximum profit is for segment consumer and for maximum sales, and the profit is minimum for segment home office with minimum sales amongst the segment. Now we plot the sales and profits for each ship mode. In plot 1, we see that the maximum sales is using the standard class ship mode, giving maximum profit, as we can see this green bar here. and in the next plot we see sales and profits for each region. So from this plot we can observe that the maximum profit is for west region with maximum sales, and the minimum profit is for central region with sales which is higher than south region, which contains profit more than the central region. In the next step we are plotting sales and profits for each state. So here we are observing that for cities like Texas, Pennsylvania, Florida, Illinois, Ohio, North Carolina, Arizona, Colorado, and Tennessee have high sales with negative profits. That is, as the states where the sales is much, the profit is going in negative. Now, by comparing the bar plot that we have here and the above data frame, we can observe that the states that are offered higher discounts are generating less profits. So we see that the states which are given the higher amount of discounts are generating less profits. For example, Texas has been given 364.64 discount and its profit is in negative, which is the maximum for within each state. Now in the next step we are grouping our data by state and going to display the columns sales, profit and discount, and going to sort the values with sales. In the next step we are going to display and form a line graph for discount versus profit. And here we observe that the discount has a negative relation with profit. That is, as the discount is increasing, the profit generating is decreased majorly. In the next step, we are simply describing the data for category column, and we see that the count is 9994, unique categories are 3, the top category is office supply, the frequency for this is 6026. In the next step, we are grouping the data with category and displaying the sales and profit and sorting the values with sales. And here we can see the table where technology has this amount of sales and profit, furniture has this amount of sales and profit, and office supplies this amount of sales and profit. Similarly, we do it for the segment as well. Now in this step we are forming a bar plot for sales in terms of categories in different regions. Here we can see the sales of furniture is done maximum in the west region. West is the orange color bar, and we can see its maximum in this region. The sales for the office supply is maximum in the south region, as we can see here, and the sales for the technology category is maximum again in the south region, nearly about 550k. Among all the three categories, the sale of technology is max, and also maximum sales is done in south region. In the next step, we are plotting category wise sales in different ship modes. So here we observe that the sale of technology has done maximum on same day ship mode, while it is least in second class ship mode. As we can see here, the red bar displays the same day ship mode. Now in the next step we are going to look at a data with respect to negative profits. So here we are going to see only those rows which have negative profits. We are going to display these negative profits with respect to each category, and we are going to plot the negative graph profits by category. So we see that furniture gives the maximum amount of negative profit, and then is office supplies followed by technology. From the above two bar plots, we observe that the sales which are maximum nearly 276k is causing the most negative profits, nearly minus 60k, which is for the technology, which is for the furniture category. In the next step, we are going to display top 5 cities with the most negative profit. And here we observe that Philadelphia and New York City has the most negative profit sales. Philadelphia having total negative profit sales of minus $5169.89 and New York City having a total negative profit sales of minus $3.936.74. After performing the exploratory data analysis, the insights drawn from this analyzing the SampleSuperstore data is: first, the profits for tables and bookcases subcategory are very less, but the profit for copiers is very high. So we should focus on increasing the sales of copies. The profit of the office supply is high, but the sales of the office supply is less. So we should focus on increasing the sales for office supplies. Next, the ship mode, which is maximum by use customers, are same day and they are doing maximum sales, but we observe that they are not making much profit. So we receive maximum profit and sales with standard class ship mode, and hence this mode should be used highly. Next, the company is facing loss in top 25 states with highest number of sales. The states with high sales are generating less profits due to high discount allowance. Discount is negatively related to profit. This is to be noted when a discount is being allowed on the products. The maximum profit is for segment consumer. For maximum sales, hence growth must be increased in this segment. The maximum sales is more than 700k for West region and profit is maximum in this region, so we continue to grow the sales in West region. The minimum profit is present in Central region, where sales is comparatively higher than the South region that has more profit than the Central region. Hence, sales must be increased in South region as compared to Central region for maximum profit. States with maximum sales have minimum profits, with few giving rise to negative profits. Hence, more focus should be put on increasing the sales in the states where sales is minimum in the current scenario to gain more profit. Thank you.